Hey guys, it's Lindsey. Welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to do my 1-year VSG update. But before we get into it, make sure you are subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any of my future uploads. Also, if you like this content, it would really help my channel out if you gave this video a thumbs up. And now let's get into it. So yeah, I am now officially 1 year out from my vertical sleeve gastrectomy, or my weight loss surgery. My weight loss surgery was on June 17th, 2019. Today is July 11th, 2020. So about a year and 3-ish weeks since I've had my surgery. And yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and talk about everything that's happened in the last month. I think I'm gonna do a separate video kind of reflecting back on the entire last year. So keep an eye out for that one. But mainly for today, we're just gonna kind of do this as I usually do all of my different updates. So as far as where my weight loss is at, it's kind of a sore subject. I mean, not really. I shouldn't say that. I'm still really proud of myself, but I think in my last video, my 11-month video, I talked about how I had hit 131 pounds and I was getting really close to the 120s. My ultimate goal is 125 pounds. Well, the scale unfortunately has kind of gone in a different direction. So I'm now currently sitting at 135 pounds and I have for, gosh, forever it seems like at this point. Definitely like right after I made that last video, I went right back up to 135 and I've been sitting here forever. Like I said, it feels like. We also did get a new scale, so I'm thinking maybe I never even hit 131 pounds like I thought that I did because our scale was broken. So it was doing some wrong readings. So that could have just been off and maybe I never really was 131 pounds. So I probably have been 135 now for quite a while. And I do still think I would love to be at 125 pounds, but I'm kind of at this point thinking that maybe my body is just done and it just wants to stay here, which I'm totally fine with. I'm really happy with where I'm at. I don't know, for just, mental reasons, I guess I would love to see 125 pounds on the scale, but if that never happens, I'm okay with that. I'm really happy where I am right now. So if I stay here, I'm good. But yeah, I just thought that was a little weird that I haven't lost anything and I kind of maybe gained, again, the scale was broken, so I don't totally know. But so as far as then how much I've lost total, I've lost now like 102 pounds total, which is amazing. I'm so proud of myself. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I'm, kind of at a loss as to why I haven't lost in so long. I mean, yeah, I've gone through stalls before, many stalls in the last year, but this one seems a little bit different because, again, if the scale wasn't wrong, I've gained a little bit of weight back. So I don't know. I will, of course, keep you guys updated and let you guys know going forward, how my weight kind of fluctuates and everything, because it definitely will fluctuate. But yeah, so that's where I'm standing at right now. And then you might have noticed I'm actually wearing a few rings today, and I wanted to show these to you because it's kind of exciting. Let me go ahead and take these off. There's a few separate ones. So this is my wedding ring, the ring that that my husband put on me when we got married. It's 3 rings soldered together. I think it's a size 7, maybe 7 1/4. I honestly don't remember. Forever, and even still, up to last year, I could wear like a thinner band that was like a 6 1/2, which is like the sample size in the ring industry. And I actually worked at the jewelry store that we got my ring from. So that was always fun. I was always able to try on all the rings and they always fit me perfectly. But when I got these soldered together, I did need to go up a little bit in size. And you guys might remember me talking about how last year I actually broke this finger. So this ring fit all the way up until I broke my ring finger last year. It had definitely gotten a little bit tight, but it still fit until I broke my finger. And I can still tell that even though it's completely healed, there is a bit of a bump here still. So my finger now is bigger than it would be had I never broken it. And for a long time after I had my surgery, I was really worried that this was never going to fit me. Well, not only does it fit me now, is it like completely just slides all the way on. It is just way too big for me now. I mean, let's see if we can get it to just like fall off. I don't know, probably because of that bump there, but it does not stay on securely at all. So I either need to like get a new ring, get this one resized, I don't know. But I just physically cannot wear this ring anymore. So that's kind of exciting that my finger did actually get to a place where it's too small, even though I didn't think that it would because of the extra little bone that's here now. And then also recently, just kind of out of random curiosity, I pulled out my high school class ring. This has not fit me since probably 2006, I want to say, is like the last time that I ever wore this, which was like 3 years after I graduated high school. Yes, I'm old, but I just decided to pull this out and see if it would fit, and It absolutely fits, which is insane. And if I remember correctly, this is like a 4 3/4 or something like that. So this is a tiny little ring. It's really, really small. And it fits, which is just like shocking to me, especially, you know, because I have the extra bump there. But yeah, so my high school ring fits again. Who would have ever thought that? Definitely not me. All right, let me get these both back on here just so I don't lose them. All right, so then a couple weeks ago, I did go ahead and have my 12-month doctor appointment, and I talked about how they usually do a 12-month class as well. Well, because of the coronavirus and everything that's going on, that was canceled. I thought we were gonna have like a Zoom meeting for that, but no, we did not. When I was at the meeting, or when I was at the doctor's appointment, I did get like a printout of all of the information that they would have talked about in the meeting, and they also made like a little YouTube video that they sent me with, you know, just kind of detailing everything. But that video was literally like 3 minutes long, so I didn't get a whole lot of information that I was kind of looking for. I mean, they touched on some of the stuff that I was curious about, like maintaining and all of that, but I don't know, I would have really liked to have actually had a class or had a Zoom meeting or something, but it is what it is. I do feel like I'm in a pretty good place right now. I'm struggling a little bit, which I'll talk about a little bit later here in the video, but as far as all the information that I got, it was pretty standard, you know, pretty self-explanatory, I guess. I didn't have any questions about it. So that was my 12-month meeting. But then, so as far as my doctor's appointment went, my doctor was still, of course, very pleased with my progress. He said I was doing great. There's, you know, no issues going on. I got my blood work drawn as well, and that all came back perfectly fine, so no issues there. And then he did say I need to go back at the 18-month mark. So I didn't think I had to go back until the 2-year mark, but he wants to see me again in about 6 months, or a little less than 6 months at this point. All right, so then circling back to kind of what I've been struggling with. So in that video and how they talked about going forward with maintenance, you can really now, if you're at your goal weight, my doctor says that you can really kind of, you know, eat almost what you want. And that is terrifying to me. I gotta be honest, it is really, really scary to me, because I just feel if I start eating different things that I used to eat a lot of, that I really, really enjoyed, you know, carbs, you know, any kind of carb really is essentially what I'm like scared of, is it's just gonna kind of send me on this spiral, and I won't be able to stop. I won't be able to have a healthy portion, or, you know, just have it once and be done with it for a long time. It'll be something that I want to just kind of eat all the time. So I'm struggling with that, in a sense that my doctor tells me it's okay that I can eat that, but I don't want to eat it. So I haven't yet. And there is one thing that I'm really thinking that I might do, but again, it's this whole mentality that I have that is just like really scary to me. So you guys might know I did a whole video series on my daughter getting diagnosed with celiac disease. I will go put that up there. It's just a couple of videos, but we've been dealing with her diagnosis for about 6 months now. And of course, pretty much everything in my house now is gluten-free, like gluten-free bread, gluten-free, you know, every carb is gluten-free now in my house. And I've never eaten the gluten-free bread that she eats, or the gluten-free pizza, or the gluten-free macaroni, or anything like that. And my son and my husband have all eaten it, and they all say it tastes pretty good, and I'm just honestly curious about what it tastes like. So I kind of thought that maybe one day I would, you know, just kind of toast up a piece of the gluten-free bread that we get, smear a little bit of peanut butter and honey on it, because that's how I like my toast, and just try one piece of toast. However, like I said, I'm really scared that that's going to kind of open Pandora's box, if you will, and then just lead me to go and eat it, you know, all the time, and not just have that one bite of toast just so I can say that I know what the gluten-free bread tastes like. And that is really scary to me, that I won't be able to say no. So I have not had the gluten-free bread yet. I have never like tasted it, tried it. I feel like I'm in a really good place in controlling what I eat, but I get that that's maybe not the healthiest mentality to have, but I'm scared that if I let go of that, that it'll lead me to be like physically unhealthy, if you know what I mean. So I'm kind of in a mental struggle with that right now, and I don't quite know how to get over it. I don't know. I think for me right now, it is just going to be the best thing to stay away from those kind of foods, even though my doctor said it's okay for me to eat them. I don't trust myself is basically, I think, what it comes down to control what I'm eating if I allow those other kind of foods into my life. So think for now, I'm just gonna have to just say no to them. And I'm good at saying no because like I haven't broken the seal yet, you know, like when you're drinking and you like have to go to the bathroom, like I haven't broken that seal yet. So I'm good at saying no, but if I start to taste a little bit, it's gonna be harder and harder to say no. So I think I'm gonna continue to say no, but I just wanted to mention that because that's definitely something that's been kind of struggling, like a power struggle in my brain right now. So I definitely wanted to mention that. Oh, and then I wanted to give a little bit of an update on my hair loss. I haven't started losing hair again or anything, but I just kind of wanted to show you my baby hairs. Hopefully you'll be able to see them. When I was getting ready today, I could really see them all like right here. There's like a big box around my head, so it's hard to see if you can, if this, well, yeah, here's some long hair, but there's definitely some baby hairs in this area and on this side too. So then, you know, I just want to give you, again, that's not really a baby hair, but I promise you I have little baby hairs that are about that long, like all around my hairline. All right, this is not the best representation of them. I was able to get a whole big chunk earlier. They're just all mixing together with my long hair right now, but you can kind of see there. So hair is starting to grow. It has been for a while now. So I just wanted to point that out. You know, if you're going through the journey and you're worried about your hair loss, mine has come back. You know, obviously I can't promise that for everybody, but mine has come back and I'm really pleased about that, you know, because the hair loss part of this whole journey is really, really difficult. I'm very lucky that mine only lasted like 2 months. I know for some people it does last a lot longer, but yeah, just wanted to point that out. I noticed that this morning as I was getting ready that I have quite a few little baby hairs. And I think the only other thing that I wanted to make sure and touch on in this video was my periods. You guys know my periods have just been an absolute mess since I had my surgery. They're still the same way. This last period that I had, it started out quite a bit heavier, but it still lasted the 14 days. So previously it had been really light for like the first week, went away, got heavier. But this one, and this might have not been the first one that this had happened to, but this one was quite heavy right out the bat. And I decided to start taking my blood clotting medication that I got from my doctor, from my OBGYN, to kind of see how that handled it. Like when I first started taking it, like right when my period first started. So I took it for a couple of days and it helped. Then it kind of, I don't think it ever totally went away, but it did kind of dwindle a little bit and then it came back quite a bit heavier. So I did end up taking more of the blood clotting pills because it's just so heavy and I just want it to go away. I'm kind of at a loss. You know, I think next time I go to my doctor, I am really going to push for a, what is that procedure called? An ablation. That's what I'm going to push for. I'm going to really push to try and get myself an ablation because this period thing is insane, especially considering I have a Mirena IUD, which should make my periods almost non-existent, and it just has not. You know, I am going to, of course, give it a little bit of time. I don't need to go back to her until sometime around the beginning of the year. I'll give myself, you know, that'll be, what, 18 months post-op to maybe try and get my periods a little bit more regulated because I know things, of course, you know, can be a little bit crazy after you have your, you know, after you have your surgery, but I'm really, really ready for that to be done. But so I just thought I would give you guys a quick update on that. And I think then that's pretty much everything that I needed to talk about. As far, well, I guess I should tell you as far as how much I'm eating, between like 11 and 1200 calories a day. So there should be no reason for me to like not be losing weight, which is again why I think my body is just done losing weight. It's trying to hold on to every single calorie that I put in myself. And as far as protein goes, I do, of course, still try to get over 100 grams of protein a day. I think that's pretty easy for me at this point. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Again, feel free to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my future uploads. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. We can also connect on my Instagram. I will have that linked down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!